Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So check it out, right? Hold your horses is what people are telling me. Some say Savannah Marshall boxes like Tyson Fury and hits like Deontay Wilder. Bit of hyperbole in my opinion, but some would say that that's a spot-on assessment. What do you say? I say, let's not take it to the stupid, all right? Savannah Marshall's a great fighter. She's strong, she's big, she does hit hard, and she does have that herky-jerky style like Tyson Fury. For those of you who are just coming to the video, you need to go back and watch all the videos I've done before about Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields. I've said all these things. I didn't say she hit like no damn Deontay Wilder. So we need to stop that, okay? And, you know, she has some knockouts, but let's not take it to the stupid, because obviously the person who said that woke up in the morning and had a big bowl of dumbass for breakfast. So let's stop. But the thing is this, right? The WBO female middleweight title, look, man, it's up for grabs, okay? You're going to be fighting at the O2 Arena, man. But the thing is, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit shocked. It's not a 50-50 split on people picking, you know, Shields or Marshall to win this fight. Shields is the betting, Marshall is the betting favorite. You better believe it. She's being picked to win this fight, hands down. How? I don't know if they're looking at what happened in the Olympics. I don't know if they're just looking at her knockouts. I don't know if someone's sitting back and intelligently analyzing their strengths, the weaknesses, the opponents they fought, the level of competition. I'm not sure how they break that down. I know I've done that in the video. And when you look at the level of competition, you got to give the edge to Shields. All right? See, this is where some people have a tough time, man. You can't be so damn biased. Just be fair, okay? I think Savannah Marshall has a great chance to stop Shields if Shields tries to prove a point, like I said in other videos, and stands there in exchange. But if she does that, then what you're going to have is Marshall remaining undefeated and successfully defending her belt for, what's this, like fourth or fifth straight fight? But that's if Clarissa Shields just wakes up on Saturday morning and has a great big bowl of dumbass for breakfast and decides she's a knockout artist. She's going to go in there and prove a point that I'm going to knock Savannah Marshall out. When have you ever seen Shields stand there and try to go toe-to-toe and knock out somebody? Shields will box you, she will outwork you, overwhelm you, and just force a girl to quit or go to decision. She'll beat you on points. Shields does not have a lot of KOs, okay? So if she, for some reason, allows her emotions to overwhelm her, which she has shown that she's been a bit more emotional and vocal than she has been in the past. I actually saw in a video, man, where she like snapping at the reporters and kind of being a little bit bullyish, you know? And I'm like, she kind of becoming a little bit of a diva. I'm like, that's not Shields. Telling the reporters, okay, I'm done, walking off, you know, you guys don't realize that I got to fight this week and you guys need to respect my time. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And then, you know, she settles down. Then she comes and she takes the pictures holding the Queen Elizabeth belt, her and Marshall. You know, and I don't know who that guy was. I think he's a WBC rep. But I watched that and I'm like, okay, maybe she's just ready to fight. And Savannah Marshall, like I said, she did an interview and people have asked me to post the article. Look, it's out there, man, okay? You know, the amount of articles I read, what I may start doing is posting the articles in the description so you can go read it for yourself. But I don't do that for everything. I'm not in the habit of doing that. but I don't have a problem doing it on some things. But I try to keep this as simple as possible. Okay? But as far as Marshall opening up as a betting favorite, I'm a little shocked. I honestly am a little shocked. Because we know that this is, for Shields, she's facing the biggest test of her career. And Savannah Marshall is a hard puncher. And Savannah Marshall and many others really do feel that Savannah Marshall is going to repeat her win from the amateur days. Look, man, neither one of them are the same fighter. I mean, so, I don't know, but again, when I look at it, it looks pretty even come Saturday, but it's not, you know, it's not. It's crazy, man. Marshall is the homecoming champion. And, you know, she's the betting favorite, man. So I really don't know. Maybe it's because Peter Fury trains Savannah Marshall. Now, one thing I will say, first time I watched Savannah Marshall box, she does remind me of Tyson Fury. She does. She really does. And that style is really hard to sort out, you know. And in there this Saturday, if she was fighting anyone else, I would say, you know, it may be tough for that fighter to figure out. But someone like Shields, who just had so much experience, I mean, she's always found a way to win, but so has Marshall. It's kind of hard for me to see people not at least saying, look, this is a 50-50 fight. And it really does boil down to styles and who can impose their ways. I don't see either one of these women getting tired. What I see happening is the smarter fighter is going to capitalize on the opponent's mistakes. Now, I did say I think Shields would win the fight. Well, I'm not saying that Shields is going to come in there and just shut Savannah Marshall down. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, at some point, Savannah Marshall is going to land. What happens when she lands? Okay? See that's going to be the difference in the fight. But these are 2-minute rounds, and Claressa Shields, she's a master boxer. Now, Savannah Marshall can come forward and put a lot of pressure on her. But that was something else that came up. What happens when Claressa Shields has to fight off the back foot? She's done that before. Okay? Not against Savannah Marshall, I get it. But that's not the question I would be asking. Okay? To me, the question is what I keep saying is, will Claressa Shields try to prove a point that she can exchange with the, at least on paper, harder puncher Savannah Marshall? Now that to me would be suicide. And it looks like she may, I think she is going to go in there and try to prove a point. Now, I think she'll definitely get to, if Shields was to knock out Marshall, it'll be by TKO, just from, you know, swelling her up, cutting her up, just because of the barrage of punches and tattooing her with that damn jab and right hand. You know, I just think over a period of time and just getting touched up, you know, I think eventually Marshall will start to swell and bleed, and force the ref to stop it. Now, the other extreme, and this I can see this too, is Shields getting buzzed for the first time and not recovering, and Marshall getting her out of there by vicious knockout. Because I think I honestly think if Claressa Shields was to get clipped and get buzzed, her equilibrium is off, she's not going to take a knee. I think her pride is going to cause her to stand up and try to fight back, which is going to play to Savannah Marshall's advantage. And Savannah Marshall is at some point going to touch her again and short circuit her. And it's going to send shockwaves through the boxing community. That's just what I think. Because Shields is a busy fighter who can suffocate her opponents with combinations. But look, it is what it is. You know, she can't knock a glass of water off a damn table. Marshall, okay, is taller. She's a stronger fighter, probably, and definitely stronger of the two. Okay, and she's fighting at home. It's a different type of motivation, man. When people, your fellow countrymen, can will you to victory. So it's going to be difficult for Shields if the rounds are close. this is going to be the other problem. Let's say they're boxing pretty competitively and the rounds are close. And Shields is fighting off the back, putting and retreating and moving around a whole lot. Who do you think is going to get those rounds? This is something no one's talking about, right? But who do you think is going to get those rounds? Full-on fight. But who do you think is going to get those close rounds? Savannah Marshall, man. Okay? So when you look at Shields, right? She's like, has this like technical wizardry. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just knowing what to do at the right time. It only took her 10 fights to win titles in 3 weight classes. That's unheard of. Okay? So that, whether you like Shields or not, you want Savannah Marshall to win or not, right? That's a testament that Shields is, in my opinion, like seemingly a class above the majority of her competition, including Marshall. And those fast hands, matter of fact, her hands, she has some of the fastest hands in the sport, irregardless of gender. And she's an intelligent boxer. So on paper, they're pretty evenly matched. One is stronger in the speed category and probably in technical wizardry. The other one is strong in the technical category, not stronger than Shields, but Marshall is strong. But power-wise, she's there, okay? When you bring those styles together in 2-minute rounds, they're both going to be able to execute their game plans. It's actually going to boil down who's going to box the best on that night. Because they're both going to be able to execute their game plans, but who's going to be the smarter boxer? Because it's not the best boxer who's going to win the fight, which would be Shields, in my opinion. It's not going to be the boxer with the most power that's going to win the fight, which would be Marshall, in my opinion. It's who boxes the best on that night. If the power puncher comes in and implements their strategy flawlessly, then Marshall's going to win, no problem. If the master boxer, the technical wizard, comes in and intelligently implements their plan and remains disciplined, they're going to win the fight, and that would be Shields. Now, if they come together and start mixing it up, then it's a toss-up. Who gets there first, who gets out first? That's going to be Shields. With Marshall, who gets there first and stays there and keeps landing, that's going to be Marshall, okay? But at the end of the day, I really think if this fight is close, Savannah wins, no problem. And it's not that I think because it's in the UK they're going to rob her. It doesn't matter if the shit was in the States. It doesn't matter if it's over there and have an Asian fighter or a Japanese fighter. When you have the hometown fighter, there's 9 times out of 10 there's a little hometown cooking, okay? That's just how it goes. So I don't think that the UK is wrong for that. It just comes with the territory. So what's going to happen is if, for some reason, Shields loses in a close fight, to me, she lost her right to complain because she didn't take it out the judge's hands. Also, she didn't pull a Bivol-Canelo performance. You know what that means? Because Bivol against Canelo, Bivol shut Canelo's ass down. They tried to rob Bivol, but he made sure they weren't going to rob him. He beat Canelo's ass all over the ring, where they made it impossible. Bivol made it impossible for them to rob him. Okay? With Usyk, they tried to rob him in that second AJ fight. But he made it impossible for him to rob him, the way he took off on AJ round 9 through 12. Okay? Especially when he bounced back after 9. But even around 9, he hung in there. But I'd say around 9, 10, he just took off on AJ. He was already beating him, in the fight. It was pretty close, but those last rounds, he just took off on AJ and didn't give AJ a chance to breathe. So Usyk made it impossible for them to rob him, even though they were trying. Claressa Shields, I hope she has the right people in her corner to tell her the same thing. You're going to lose your right to complain if you don't take this out the hands of the judges or if you don't overwhelmingly dominate Savannah Marshall. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Shields can overwhelmingly dominate Savannah Marshall. I think she can beat her. Of course she can beat her. But I just have a feeling she's going to fight the wrong fight, trying to prove a point. Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. Okay? The better boxer didn't win that fight. All right? Got in there emotional, fought a little stupid, was getting touched and dropped. Had some opportunities, had some good moments in the fight, but just wasn't able to pull it off. Okay? So I don't know. But I'm going to leave it as that. But I going back to what I said in the beginning, hold your horses, all right? Savannah Marshall, she boxed like Tyson Fury. Yes, I said that. If you look at my videos of them months ago, I said that. She hit like Deontay Wilder. Let's not take it to the stupid, okay? She can crack. She's a good fighter. But I really feel it's going to boil down to which fighter who's going to be able to really impose their game plan, remain disciplined. And I think Shields wins, but I also think if Shields gives Savannah an opportunity, but Savannah can create her own opportunities as well. I just think if Shields gets cute in there, Marshall is going to touch her. And what I want to see is what happens, matter of fact, when both of these ladies touch each other. Okay? Because Marshall is going to be dealing with some speed she hasn't seen. Shields is going to be dealing with some power she's never felt. So what happens when Marshall is getting tattooed up? And what happens when Marshall hits Shield with that Hadouken? Okay? When she goes street fighter on her. How is she going to respond? So that's my 2 cents about that. So for those of you who think I'm biased to Shields, stop it. Oh, because I'm here in America. I'm born in Ireland. Raised in Trinidad and Tobago. Came over to the States as a young man, all right? So I'm Irish. So stop messing with me. Y'all keep cool and I'm in the breeze.